Hello, this is Brian Rowe with Mythic MTG Tech doing a speculation and investment video for September 2015. Let's jump in with the big question everybody's been asking. Should I buy the Expedition lands? The Expedition lands jumped on the scene at a very high price, several $100s a piece, which to put this in perspective, that's the equivalent of an old school card like Candelabra of Thanos, which seems a little bit crazy for something that's available in packs today. You have this really interesting phenomenon when rare cards like this come out that are not required to actually play formats. There's a transition period between when the cards are opened in a pack to when they get into the hands of the people who really want them. Lots of people are opening these right now, and they just want to open more packs or pick up other cards. Most of the people who open these don't actually want to throw them into their decks long term because the value is significantly higher than being able to trade them for 5 or 6 cards that they really want or that they've always wanted. So as these packs get opened, the price on these is going to go way down. The $350, $400, $450 price tag we saw a lot of people talking about last week is just not going to sustain itself. We're going to see these go down possibly as low as $250 for things like Polluted Delta. I would avoid the shocks entirely for 30 days. Overgrown Tomb, Breeding Pool, Blood Crypt, those are not super high sought after cards right now. They're only singletons in decks. They're very different than the fetch lands. The value of Expedition Shocks is likely to end up going lower from where it starts and then recover long term. These are beautiful. Long term, they're great investments, but they've started out really high on the price range. If you plan to hold them for 5 or 6 years, then they will recover and go higher than this current buy price, but you could save yourself probably 20 or 30% by waiting a few weeks on the shock lands. The exception for me at this point is Hollowed Fountain and Steam Vents. Those two are fundamentally different than all of the other shocks because they have blue and they're extremely sought after in Modern. Your Modern spikes are going to want copies of these for their all-foil decks. I'm okay buying into Hollowed Fountain and Steam Vents specifically at that 1 to 150 range because of how popular they are in Modern. The absolute best card from this set is going to be Scalding Tarn. A lot of people are talking about the Polluted Deltas, but Polluted Delta already has 2 printings. The Onslaught one has beautiful artwork on it already, and there's a Judge foil of it. This is the only amazing premium version of Scalding Tarn. The artwork is incredible, and this is the most sought after fetch land in Modern. Even though I've said, hey, hold off 30 to 90 days for most of these cards, Scalding Tarn is the one exception that I'm actually trading for currently, although I'm only giving around the 275 range for it. I'm not giving 350 or 4, which is what some individuals are asking currently. The Tango lands, or slow lands, as they're called, should be avoided at all costs right now. Lots of people are opening these. They're trying to trade them away or sell them, and I don't know anybody who actually wants them because they haven't proven themselves in Modern. If they're playable in Modern, and my guess is 1 or 2 of them are, those 1 or 2 will do really well long term. The rest of them could bottom out very low after Standard rotates. Prairie Stream is the one I give the highest chance to do really well after Modern. It's really tough to tell right now. I actually think it was too soon to print these as Expedition lands. They should have given them a year or 2, maybe even 3, to prove themselves in Standard and in Modern, and then when people are really excited about them, reprint them. If they don't end up being eternally playable though, they're going to be a novelty that'll be really nice for an EDH deck. They'll have some value, but don't pay the $50, $60 that people are currently asking for that. Oh, this is a crazy one, and I gotta say thank you to MTG Lion, as I saw this first on his channel. Targets have apparently somehow gotten misprinted stocking tigers in their 3 booster pack promo sets. This is crazy. Stocking Tiger's like a $40 card. The misprint on it might even make it worth slightly more, although I would not give a huge amount for these, but I would give significantly more than the cost of the packs. The packs, I believe, run about $12. Currently, if you can find a Stocking Tiger in it, it's clearly worth 25 plus. So you're at least doubling your money for checking out targets and seeing if you can find these. Full art lands are back. Super excited about these. I'm buying and trading for them at the quarter to 50 cent range. Lots of online retailers have them available in that range. This is a wonderful long-term speculation. These are so easy to put into your trade binder to fill gaps in trades. They're beautiful, they're really well done. I'm picking up the foils at this point for between $4 and $10, depending on the particular artwork. This picture doesn't do it justice, but the foils are incredibly beautiful. A lot of people have asked me, how long is it going to take for these to rise over time? What should I really put into them? If we look back at the original Zendikar, it took about 6 to 8 months, and it didn't really hit its high till about 18 months later. Wizards now understands that full art lands will sell packs. We just don't know how often they're going to put full art lands into packs. If this becomes a yearly thing, then full art lands will probably end up settling at about $1, $1.50 from particular sets, and each person will have their favorite. If every set had full arts, I wouldn't be recommending this, but I don't believe Wizards is headed in that direction. I believe full arts is something they're going to pull out every 2 to 3 years to help sell a particular set. So I think you've got 12 to 18 months for these to go up in value before you start heavily trading them and getting rid of them, and using that as a way to pick up other cards in standard as those new sets come out, or even trade into some great EDH Commander staples. If you can find the fat packs, pick the fat packs up. They're full of full art lands. They've got a stack of full art lands. I hate to say this, check out the big box stores. They're selling them at retail. Most of the retailers that I know around have shot these up already to $40 or $50. I would not pay $50 for one of these. Even though it's got a stack of full art lands, I would definitely pay retail. I might even pay a few dollars above. You still get a chance at the foil lands, although the foil lands are only in the packs, so there's no bigger chance in the fat packs to get foil lands. With Dig Through Time banned, this gives us an opportunity to really reevaluate Legacy. And from an investment perspective, Liliana the Veil could come back into popularity in Legacy. Dig Through Time was a monster against Lili, and I stopped playing her altogether. I am reevaluating my Shardless Bug deck. Shardless Agent is one of the best fair cards out there, although it's a little unfair when you go into Ancestral Visions with him. Overall, you need to take a look at Legacy from a year ago, pre-Dig Through Time, and try to figure out which of those decks is really going to come out on top. I've got a whole video where I talked about that. You can go check it out. But Shardless Agent, Liliana the Veil, those two are very likely to go up. Additionally, I'm speculating on Sneak Attack. It's at the lowest it's been in a long time. If the Omnitel deck is really dead, Sneak and Show is going to be the future. But even if it's not the future, this is a fun, classic EDH casual card. It's very low right now at that $40, $45 range. Long term, I see this at least being a $60 casual card, and could go up much higher if it goes back into competitive play in Legacy. I know I've talked about this already, but Kolaghan's Command is amazing. I've been playing it in Legacy. It's nuts. More often than not, I am able to use 2 different modes on this and be extremely happy with the modes that I am using. Destroy target artifact has come in very, very helpful. And the fact that the discard is at instant speed means I've been able to lock players out for several turns in a row. play a Gullikin's Command, have them discard, hit them for 2. The next turn, Snapcaster Mage, Culligan's Command, bring something out from my graveyard creature-wise. Very, very powerful card. I would pick up a playset now. They're running about $10 and hold on to them. I don't usually recommend this in Standard because cards drop terribly when they rotate out of Standard. But this is a Modern and Legacy card for years to come. This is the new Cryptic Command. Check it out. Give it a try. It's amazing. Black Vise was unbanned in Legacy. Huge news. It's jumped from about a $1 card up to the $3 to $7 range overnight. I would sell any Black Vices that you have, with the exception being Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, and this foil version from the vault. If this is playable in Legacy, people are really going to want those earlier versions, which are insanely expensive, and the foil version from the vault. Legacy cards tend to be several times more expensive in foil than they are in non-foil, and Black Vise will not be an exception there. I believe there is a deck with Goblin Guides and Black Vise that is going to be good, and there's going to be some other brew decks out there that could be good. But there are huge numbers of these because Black Vise was an uncommon when originally printed. There's people who are going to find stacks of these sitting around in old boxes that they have, and they're going to flood the market. So avoid the white border ones. Even Beat Unlimited I would avoid. Only Near Mint Unlimited and older would be worth holding on to, or the From the Vault version. We got an amazing event deck out of Wizards of the Coast. Super happy about the Battle for Zendikar event deck. It looks like it's competitive. I hope to have a review of it next week. I'm picking one up to review. It has Hangerback Walker, Tasigur, Whisperwood Elemental, and Warden of the First Tree. This is a very nice combination of incredibly good cards to put into an event deck. Hangerback Walker is a long-term powerhouse in Standard and may make some waves in Modern. I look forward to the next Modern season to see if he's played. But Hangerback Walker was played in Vintage in the shop stacks and will likely still be played in Vintage now that Chalice of the Void on 0 is not playable, because Chalice of the Void has been restricted. So workshops have taken a slight hit, but the fair workshop decks that actually attack, including those with Hangerback Walkers, are still going to be very strong. Tasigur is starting to dive again. I know that I had him as a buy earlier, and since he's in this event deck, he's very easy to pick up. But don't liquidate your Tasigurs. Long-term, Tasigur is a powerhouse in Modern, and we'll see edge play in Legacy. Legacy, it's dependent on how much Crocus is being used. Gurmag Angler may even be better than Tasigur because of Crocus, but that's definitely not the case in most Modern decks. I would rather have a Tasigur. Although, head-to-head, the Angler is also really good. I would get rid of your Warden of the First Trees and Whisperwood Elementals now. Neither of those cards have long-term playability in Eternal formats, and they will crash when they rotate out, which is a long time from now. But if you're not playing them, trade them away. But hold that Hangerback Walker, hold Tasigur, and buy this event deck for an investment value. We're going to look at this event deck a few years from now the way we look at the event decks that had fetch lands, or the event deck that had 2 Stoneforge Mystics. Like, wow, this has crazy good stuff in it still. So I'm picking up at least one, and if I can find a decent deal on them, I may pick up enough to have a play set of each. Mana Confluence is still going down at this point. It's really surprising to me. This is a great Modern card. This is a very good Legacy card and a good Vintage card. I would definitely trade for non-foils and foil versions currently. This is a long-term speculation though, because it's going to rotate out, and it could even go down a little bit more when it rotates out. Long-term though, this could be a $15 or $20 card. I just want to take a second here before I close to let you guys know that this channel is made possible by patrons like you, individuals who donate to the channel. I would like to do finance videos on a weekly basis. In order to be able to do that, though, I need to carve out a little more time in my schedule. My goal is if I can make it up to $350 a month on Patreon, I will take some extra time and do weekly finance videos. If I make it to the $750 goal, I'm actually going to dedicate a whole day a week to working on videos for the channel. My dream long term is to continue to grow this channel, work with other individuals, be able to hire and help people do the production on videos, and dedicate more time to this. I really enjoy the channel. We're up over 200 videos now. If you like what I'm doing here and you want to see more content, please head over to Patreon and support the channel.
And now in my most commanding voice, subscribe.
Thank you. This has been Brian Rowe with Mythic MTG Tech. Thank you to everybody who makes the channel possible. Lots of new videos coming up here soon, including a Ask Anything. I'm starting to do this as a weekly series. I hope to have my first one out either Friday or Saturday. And the Battle for Zendikar top 10 list is coming out this weekend also.